All right, Shalom, with the Hebrew Israelites, Kala Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and salutations to all the Akims pushing this truth and sincerity and charity, all right, with all their beings and all their might, all right, and also to your few Akwas, very few that follow your men, all right, according to the scriptures in all righteousness. Um, this topic is really gonna be about wanting to go back home, and this topic is gonna be very broad when it comes to wanting to go back home. And when we mean by wanting to go back home, we mean we want our kingdom, we want our rulership, we want this torment to come to naught, because we know what Yahweh Shem Shai wants for us in his offering. Well, not offering, it is preparing for us, and it's getting to the point where the brothers can feel it in their spirit that this place is almost over, man, and the flesh is weighing heavy on our spirits, man, because everyone knows that the time of Esau's rulership is pretty much over. All right, we're in the last second of his rulership, and the coming of our rulership is coming in. And it's crazy because the Most High does everything perfectly and perfectly in the balance, because thousands of years ago, when Esau was in the caves, we laughed and never thought he was going to ever rise and be above us. All right, so the same situation is happening now. Okay, people are laughing at us thinking that we're never going to rise, but you can't hold down an Israelite. We're a prince of God, okay? Most High already promised us a kingdom that's gonna last forever. Then that's exactly what he's gonna do. I want to start with the scripture. This is Luke chapter 12 verse 32, and it says, "Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom." And that scripture is very heavy because the Most High, he loves Israel. He loves Israel more, more than anything I can really put up to. You know what I'm saying? He sent his own begotten son to die for Israel, mainly the elect, but eventually all Israel. He loves Israel that much that he would send his only begotten son, his firstborn son, all right, which is our older brother, all right, to die for Israel to bring us back. I mean, we could have been completely destroyed, you know, but the Most High, instead of destroying us, he shewed us his mercy, and as we speak, building mansions for his children to inherit.
That's right, God. And with that being said, you know what I mean? Being that he's building those great mansions for us to inherit, he's also building us up as well in the spirit to be able to guide these mansions. Because at the very end of the day, you know what I mean? When it's all said and done, with great kingdoms come great leaders.
Con.
You know what I'm saying? With great leaders come great kingdoms. They go hand in hand. And for us to be great leaders, we had to be proven. We had to literally be brought up in the way of a leader.
Con.
Meaning we have to learn one of the core parts of being a leader, which is making those tough choices, making those tough sacrifices. And so with that said, I wanted to jump in the book of Acts real quick, if I may, Baba Kasha.
Con. Floor is all yours.
This is the book. God, this is the book of Acts chapter 14 and verse 22, and it reads, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of God. Because this whole thing of ours, man, basically is about suffering. We have to suffer in order to inherit the kingdom. Why? We had to be able to experience the evil so that we would appreciate the good. Thus, we'd be basically fit to guide our houses.
Con. Because it's like having experience. If anybody ever is had children, or you being in a team, the best thing that you learn what not to do is experience. Your parents will tell you don't do this, because it's bad for you. But the only time you really learn is what? When you do it and you see the results for yourself. And it's crazy because Yahweh Shemashai, get you like that. I have a testimony on that specific thing, and I know Yabashim Shai jacked me up for this. My dad, see, and this is, you know, when you're wicked, you're wicked. When I was a teen, my dad was going out, but my girl wanted to see me. The girl I was with at the time wanted to see me, so I took the car, you know, but I didn't really know he was going out, but I took it anyway because I'm like, okay, whatever. Even if he's going out, if I have it, it's whatever. But the place he really needed to go somewhere important, and I took the car. Now, what made it even worse, when I had the car, the gas pump went that same night, and I was stuck pretty much near the highway, so I had to get it towed. So right there shows you that with the experience of next time, don't just take something without asking, man, or knowing where it's going. All right, and you gain the experience of I won't do that again because I know the consequence of what might happen. It's the same thing with Israel. Most likely jack us up so we can understand not to do things again and wrongfully. But the thing is how stiff necked Israel is, they never learn from their mistakes. You know, and the elect, we don't want to be around this anymore. So, but the elect learned. You know, we hate this place, man. We hate this place with a passion. You know, like now there's men wearing rompers. I mean, what the fuck?
I seen a real live man, so-called faggot today with a romper on. You know.
You know, and this is an environment you want to stay and be cheerful with. You want to be in an environment knowing that they're trying in the next 5 years to legalize pedophilia. Why would you
considering pedophilia to be a sexual preference, man?
Yeah, man. They're actually trying to make it what's the word am I looking for? Help me out here, Archiums. Psychology. Oh man, I can't even say the word.
Psychological.
Psychological embedded in your brain to accept men sleeping with 4-year-old babies and younger, man, and saying that they like it. This you want a reality like that where your daughter can go outside, be playing, and a man scoop her up, and it's legal for him to do so. That's what the world is coming. What do you think this LGBT is for, man? It's the gateway to pedophilia.
Con. I got a precept on that.
Yeah, Con.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 2. And I'm going to go straight to the point on this one. This is verse 17, man. Therefore, I hated life, because the work that is wrought under the sun is grievous unto me. For all is vanity and vexation of spirit. And this setup is nothing but vexation, man.
Con.
Oh, goodness. The things we see going out here, man. This LGBT nonsense is by far the worst of it. Because like the brother just got done saying, it's a gateway to pedophilia, really. And when you look deeper into how Esau thinks, especially dealing with pedophilia, it goes back to that. It goes back to basically Masonic practices. You see what I'm saying? They believe that raping children gets them closer to their gods on the left-hand side. That's how they get more understanding. That's how they get clearer and more in-depth visions on how the future looks, what kind of moves to make. As far as these people are base and wicked as all hell, and they're trying to push their sick philosophies upon the entire world, man. That's why I wanted to bring that out in Ecclesiastes.
Con, and you know, if I may say this too, because they understand that Jake is about to get immortality. You know, they want immortality. I remember watching I believe it's one of the Rothschilds, and he had an interview, and they asked him about, you know, you said he made a statement saying he wants to be a god, and they asked him, is this true? Is this, you really want to be a god? He said yes, and if you get in my way, I'm gonna kill you. Okay, so they are set on being a god. They want what Jake is about to have, man.
Con.
You know, we have an eternal kingdom coming for us, and niggas want to out here be a coon, man. It's so crazy because that's why in John 8:44, you guys really are the children of the devil, man, because you're helping this man destroy nations, our nation, man. You who do you think body parts they're using? Who do you think when they're sick? Whose part do you think they're grabbing? They're grabbing you.
I just rewatched Get Out last night, and he told him he wanted his eyes, man.
Con.
So,
And that's a heavy. And what happened? What happened in that movie, Ark? It was his girl who set him up from the very beginning. How many men did she lure over there? Even the woman.
Con.
That's what these Edomites want. These Edomites want your organs. They want your. If they could take your spirit, they would take it. If they could switch spirits with a Jake, they would do it.
Con.
You know.
And it's funny that Con. And it's funny that you say that because at the very end of the day, you understand what I'm saying? This is one of the core reasons why we should be looking to want to get out of here. Because Esau especially wants everything that we have, and they will not hesitate to destroy us to get it, man.
Con.
They are the true definition of what a parasite is. And all parasites do is basically suck the life out of you. That's all they do.
Con.
Somebody grab Hosea, the 8th chapter, and you might want to start up at the 7th verse. We had to experience this to understand the depth of who we are. You know what I'm saying? We had to go through all these things to realize that, hey, listen, as a people, this is your charge, to be the head, not the tail. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Hosea chapter
I'm
8.
already here. I'm already here, Ark.
All right, Con.
Can someone hold me Wisdom of Solomon 10 and 8?
I already got it.
Alright, Con, this is Hosea chapter 8 verse 7. And it says, "For they have sown the wind, and they shall reap the whirlwind. It hath no stock. The bud shall yield no meal. If so be it yield, the stranger shall swallow it up. Israel is swallowed up. Now shall they be among the Gentiles as a vessel wherein is no pleasure."
As a vessel wherein is no pleasure, and that's the condition we're in right now. And the scriptures even say, "Gather ye yourself together, ye that are not desired."
Con.
We're not desired in this setup, man, by any of the other nations. And according to the word, these nations were created for us. They're meant to be our servants. Why the hell would we want to be underneath our servants? That's backward.
Con. Like I just, you know what I mean? It's like a nigga can't see that this place is toxic. Like it's so bad. It's like you can smell it got to the point where like you can see the ooze. You know when the summer's so hot, you start seeing the heat. It's like you see. It's like you see the spiritual wickedness heat wave off of this place, man. It's like you see it. It's just like it's so broad. It's so in your face, man. It's like if you could escape it, you could, man. Like, we're stuck having to look at this because of 2/3 of our damn people, man.
Right. All right. I'm in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 10, 1 and verse 3.
8.
It's a lot. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 10, and verse 8, and it reads, "For regarding not wisdom, they get not only this hurt, that they knew not that things which were good, but also left behind them to the world a memorial of their foolishness." That hurts.
A memorial.
Wait, actually, let me read that again, because that hurts, and it's true. You know what I mean?
Right.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 10 and 8. "For regarding not wisdom," talking about us, they get not only this hurt, being put in captivity, that they knew not the things which were good, but also left behind them to the world a memorial of their foolishness, so that in the things wherein they offended, they could not so much as be hid.
Which goes back to what you were saying, Shamia. Rompers. Like, what the fuck? That, yo, 20 years ago, a man would get shot up for something like that, man. You couldn't be rocking purses. You couldn't be wearing dresses. You like, bro, it's to the point where it's like they don't hide this thing anymore, man. They don't know good. Go ahead.
A fag wouldn't even hit on you, man. Like I said today, this fucking faggot got on the bus saying, "What you looking so mean for?" You know, faggot got where they approach men to see if they you know. I had a faggot tell me this shit when I was at my last job, man. They say certain shit to men when they approach them, and they can sense whether or not, you know, they swing that way, man.
Con.
You know? But this motherfucker, what you looking so mean for? I wanted to say motherfucker because this place is filthy, it's wicked. It got effeminate faggots like you trying to approach me on like I deal with men, man.
Con.
Like, come on, man.
But niggas want to be here though. Niggas wanna uplift this society and tell us to be coons and defend the white man.
God.
Protect his philosophies. So like, go ahead, dog.
I'm just saying we coming up on that time, and I think they the time of the summer, you know, when different cities have their own gay pride festivals and shit. I think they setting up for gay pride in DC this week, you know.
See? There you go, man. And that goes back to this scripture, if I may, Baba Kashar.
Bring it out.
This is Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 22. And it says, "For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children. And they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge," man. And that's right. Go ahead, Amataza, you got it.
No, I was gonna say that's all I was really gonna say is because now, like the brother Shamyar just gave you a testimony based right on that. Like this effeminate spirit is being permeated so hard out here that Jake actually embraces it now. Like he thinks this shit is okay. It's not. The scriptures even say they proclaim their sin as Sodom and Gomorrah. They hide it not, man.
Con.
You got so-called straight men that say, "Oh, I'm okay with faggots, just as long as they don't come my way." Or I done heard motherfuckers say shit like, "You can't help who you love."
What? So hold on.
Yeah,
so let's get this straight. So if a pedophile says he can't help but love a 2-month-old baby, you're telling me he's okay to have sex with that baby because he can't help who he loves? This is how sickening this world is, man.
Yeah. Yep. And right now they laying the foundation to eventually make it a sexual preference to be a damn pedophile, man.
Exactly. And this is nothing new. They've been working on this since what? Like the 1940s, 1949. They've been working on this. What's that video you showed me? It was what's his name? Something oh my gosh. Oh man. I forgot his name, man. But he was he turned pedophilia into a quote unquote science. This is how perverse this got, man. He turned pedophilia. I wish I could remember his name, man. He turned pedophilia into quote unquote fucking science, bro. He went to a university, paid parents that went to this university to rape their children, give them a timer of quote unquote orgasms they had in that day, write it down and send him the information. And then he brought this to the court and they justified this. They justified this and said the kids liked it. This is what is coming to America. This is what they're trying to plan on the table, man. And then this man had the audacity to come and say that it's not the sexual practice that is wrong. It's the way straight people teach the children to be afraid of it. This is the cycle that we're dealing with over here, man. So when you're saying I'm okay with it, you're introducing the gate, saying, well, if you're okay with that, then the next step is to be okay with men sleeping with children, man.
If that ain't enough to make you want to, burn this motherfucker place down, run up in Congress, wherever they're going to pass this law, and kill every motherfucker that's agreeing with that shit, and then the motherfuckers in there that's condoning it or turning a blind eye to it.
Gone. And you know what's so crazy, Art? It was getting so sickening, that video. I'm telling you, that video was crazy that the bar shared, man. It was getting so sickening. After watching it halfway, I had to turn it off. Like, this shit was going. They took. I think it was it a 4-year-old baby, and they said that this 4-year-old baby had 26 orgasms in 24 hours. Do you know what you have to do to a kid? Yo, the woman was even saying, does not a baby sleep? He's like, after 8 hours, don't you want to go to sleep? So imagine what they were doing to this 4-year-old kid for 24 hours, for them to say that this kid had 26 orgasms in 24 hours. You know how crazy that is what people are accepting. Yo, that is what people are accepting. Like, that humanity can't think anymore. You have to die. There is no other answer for humanity, man.
That's why it's so important that these missiles drop as soon as possible, because this place needs to be literally eviscerated. I'm talking from base level up. No trace should be left. When you're talking about leaders that's this depraved, man, why would you want to stay here? You should be crying out to the Most High to see this place destroyed. Knowing the kind of nonsense that goes on, that's crazy, having to hear that kind of thing. And then knowing that, especially among you that have children, why would you allow some BS like that to go on with your child? Okay. You know?
Let's say you love the neighborhood you live in, right? And the motherfucker next door is the laws passed, is legal, is cool. And you see him pulling up in his car, great, going to the house with his child lover.
Yeah,
you supposed to suffer that?
Exactly. That's so foolish. You see how that sounds? This is the whole point of us coming back into power.
Suck, yeah. Go ahead, Ark.
no, the spirit jumps out.
No, because it's like there's grown ass women with asses and boobs out here, and you want a child? You got women with figure out here. I mean, bro, grown ass women with figure, and you want a child? Like, I can't even comprehend that in my mind. Like,
that's nothing but a fucking demon, man. That's like you said, that's a parasite, man, that needs to be destroyed, man.
That's right. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay, man.
I have a script, Ark.
Bring that power.
This is Isaiah chapter 5 verse 20. It says, "Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight." And that's exactly what we have today, man. We have people that literally upheld wickedness and evil, and it's like they're so stupid. They feel like, oh well, it's not happening to me, so it's not my problem. Not knowing that they want to bring this as your problem because they want society to accept their perverseness. Why do you think every generation they attack the kids? They have a new breed. I'm telling you, we all went to school, right? You have a different education. I have a different education. He has a different education because every generation has a different mental. And you ever notice that the younger kids are stuck into their cell phones? They can't get past that. The older generation is only about work, nothing else. How come we don't all think the same? Because you're taught different things throughout your generation, and every generation they make you more accepting to their wickedness, man, and their folly. Every generation. So imagine if this place were to continue 20 years from now. How do you think this place is going to be?
Read that again, by the way. Now that you said it. Now that you made that point. So I want to link that.
Con, this is Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight.
And prudent in their own sight. This is and this is why, you know what I'm saying, judgment is going to be dealt on a very high scale because too many of us are prudent in our own sight, man. Correct. This is the book of Exodus chapter 23 and verse 7. Keep thee far from a false matter, and the innocent and righteous slay thou not, for I will not justify the wicked. And that's coming straight out of the Old Testament, man.
Con. See,
gotta keep. Yeah, go ahead.
Nah, go ahead, Doc. You got it.
No, I'm just saying, like we gotta keep ourselves circumspect in these times. We have to. That's why we gotta keep the old paths fresh in our mind, because this new stuff that they teach right now is for our destruction, ain't for our benefit.
Con.
Did somebody bring out Proverbs 17 yet?
No.
You might as well bring it, because ain't nobody bring that yet.
Proverbs 17:15. He that justifieth the wicked, and he that condemneth the just, even they both are an abomination to the Lord.
Read that now, again.
Let me make a real quick.
Con.
You say now, statutory rape cases, whatever. You got guys going to jail for consensual sex with a so-called minor, right? So they are in the process of making it okay for a fucking pedophile to get at kids, man. But people getting men are getting time, football numbers for consensual sex with so-called minors. I mean, women. We talking, mentally they're not women, but as far as their body and coming to the flower of their youth, they are technically women, man. Society shuns that, though, right?
Con.
You want to introduce this pedophile thing, man? And not to mention the laws that's been passed in certain states and cities, making it legal for you to have sex with certain animals and shit, man.
Con, bestiality, man.
Yeah, con. Somebody hold Luke 16 and 15 on that matter.
I got it.
Con.
Bring it, bro.
This is Luke 16 and 15. And it's Yahweh Shah speaking. And he said unto them, I'm going to start at 14.
Con.
The Pharisees also, who were covetous, heard all these things, and they derided him. And he said unto them, Ye are they which justify yourselves before men, but Yahweh knoweth your hearts. For that. You want to say
Continue.
For that which is highly esteemed among men is abomination in the sight of Yahweh.
Is abomination in the sight of the Most High.
Con.
You hear that? That's the dynamic of this entire lesson. Everything that man perceiveth in front of him that he accepts because society upholds it, that's an abomination unto the Most High, man. There's a way which seemeth right unto a man. Ain't that what the scriptures say? There's a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof is destruction. harming children. Come on now.
Like, and which goes back. This is why we are here, man. Yo, we don't give a fuck. Yo, we don't care if you're 80. We don't care if you're 30. Yo, we don't care if you think you're the smartest man in the world. We don't care if you're a child. If you go against these scriptures, we will rebuke you, man. And we're going to judge you, man. Because we were set up to judge your ass, man. Yo, you think... Yo, if Yahweh Shemashai didn't set us up here, man, this world would be gone, man. They probably would have well already had what they're trying to do right now in order, man. The only reason why they can't now because we're speaking out against it, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemir Shai. All right, and with that, I want to give a scripture. This is Second Esdras, chapter 12. I'll start at verse 29. And it says, "And whereas thou sawest two feathers under the wings, passing over the head that is on the right hand, it signified that these are they whom the highest have kept unto their end. This is the small kingdom and full of trouble, as thou sawest." And that's America, man. Because America's full of trouble. You can't live in that world without finding yourself around the corner of death, alright? And it says, "And the lion whom thou sawest rising up out of the wood, and roaring, and speaking to the eagle, and rebuking her for her unrighteousness, with all the words which thou hast heard, this is the anointed, which the highest hath kept for them, and for their wickedness unto the end. He shall reprove them, and shall upbraid them with their cruelty. For he shall set them before him alive in the judgment, and shall rebuke them and correct them." And that's exactly why we're here, man. Because America's sick. America's so damn sick that even people on the inside, okay, can't even get the information out. This is ridiculous.
Nope. That's true.
Yo,
that's right.
That's why you guys were driven among men. You guys are fucking perverted, man. You think... Go ahead, Salakia.
Bring a priest out. Go ahead, you finish what you said.
Come on, man. You think in the kingdom of heaven you're going to be anywhere? Yo, if I even see Edomite even try to step foot near even the wall of our freaking kingdom, I'll personally go over there and kill you, bro. Then I'll bring you back alive and kill you again, man. Because there's no way, okay, I'm going to let somebody like that anywhere near, forget my house, near my country, near my people. All right? That is crazy. I mean, they're so I'm sorry that I'm going off on this, art, but they're so despicable that I couldn't even finish watching the documentary. I couldn't watch it, man. I couldn't imagine seeing they had over 317 rapists raping these kids. Over 300. We don't even know how many of them did it one time, man. They're just calculating things. Oh, well, they got it. And you know what he said? Salaki, he said they reach the height of their orgasm when they start to shed tears, fight back, or he had another word, man, and he tried to justify and said that's when they have the orgasm. This man is saying this is when they have orgasm, when they're in pain, man, when they're suffering. Man, fuck this place, man.
It's Psalms 10:3. "For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous whom the Lord abhorreth."
Oh my God, that was so damn beautiful.
That permeates all throughout this setup. All throughout the setup, that permeates, man. That's why the scriptures say folly is set in great dignity, man. And folly is indeed set in great dignity in this setup, man. Everything you see out here is straight folly. Straight up and down. And everything that brother Gababa has just described about that documentary, which keeps coming up, That's another perfect example of why we should want to get the hell out of this setup, man. Perfect example as to why. You see what I'm saying? Not even children are safe. And you want to know what? That's all going back to judgment as well, man. That's all judgment at the end of the day. And being as though this judgment is past, man, we should not want to continue in this judgment. We should want to get the hell out of this. We should be desiring a perfect rule. This right here, this place doesn't even come close to perfect. Not even remotely.
Perfectly evil. I mean, not only are they doing this to our kids, but they doing this to their own fucking kids too, man. You know what the kids go through in these elite households, man? I seen a documentary where these two kids gave their testimony on how they were treated in them households, man. Different forms of mind control and torture and rape, all kinds of shit, man.
Yeah. I think was that with Dr. Phil? You talking about?
I think they were on Dr. Phil. Two Edomite. They were supposed to inherit some type of inheritance. They was like a real well-to-do family or whatever. And the boy, he was like the boy, he was like into the shit, but the girl was like fucked up.
Yeah, crying
and shit. I forgot where I seen that at, but
because they said that they used to cut them up, you know, all over their bodies and stuff like that, man.
Take a knife and cut the bottoms of their feet and shit like that.
Like man, you guys don't want the kingdom of heaven? Like you guys want to be around hearing this stuff 24/7 in your fucking ears, man? You guys want to be powerless to see these devils do this shit? You got to be mad for even wanting for this place to continue tomorrow. You're crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be even suppose like I'm not the elected, right? I don't know as I am. I'd be happy just to know this place is done with, man.
Exactly.
I don't have to wake up and see this shit.
I want to be in a situation where I know that what's coming, I don't have to fight for it, because I know if I have to fight for it, I'm going to lose that fight. That's the whole dynamic of this thing. Of ourselves, what we want, we looking for a better future. And like the brother said, I don't want Ratazah, we're of that elect. But if we're not of that elect, man, it's a blessing just to see this place go up in smoke. Forget about just what we're going through right now. You know? Go ahead, Shamia.
Real quick precept. 14 and 17. For the kingdom of Yahweh is not meat and drink, but righteousness and peace and the Holy Ghost.
You can break that down, Shamia.
Righteousness and peace. You can go ahead and break that down.
No, you got it if you wanted to. Whoever wants to break it down, man.
No, go ahead. I mean, that's what we want. We want peace and we want joy, and it's to be separate from this wicked place. Be separated from this wicked place, man.
Because there's what is there to enjoy here, man? Every day you hear about this happening or missing or murder, which is all judgment. You know what I'm saying? Don't get twisted like we feel for it. It's just we don't want to wake up having to, number one, serve a slave, man. And the lowest slave too at that. We don't want to wake up knowing that this man is trying to murder us by eating natural food, by breathing in air, drinking water. You have to be careful of what you're eating, even if it's healthy, because you don't know if it's a GMO.
That's right. And furthermore, Salak.
No, go ahead, Ak. You got that. Swear jumped on you.
I was going to say, and furthermore, the longer we're in this damn setup, the more we help maintain this damn setup. Don't you know that's the whole reason we're here? We're here to maintain this setup. That's why we're slaves. You see what I'm saying? What is a slave's job? You see what I'm saying?
It's exactly.
And even
sure.
Gun, exactly. And even a brother said on a video one time, I think it was the same brother Debarium or something. He said if Esau wants us to slave for him, he that's actually acceptable because this is his kingdom. Why
Con.
would you want to continue in that, man? Why would you want to continue slaving for a bastard that's so low that he would harm children for his delight? Come on now.
I got a precept.
Please bring that precept up.
This is was that it on that, Shamia? Salat.
Yeah, that was.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15 verse 5. It says, "Behold, saith Yahweh Shemishai, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled."
I can see it in your face, Baltazar. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I mean their hurtful works are. It's true, man. It's very like everything that permeates in this setup is total wickedness, man. And one of the core things that come with that is this lust for self, this lust for your flesh, basically. Let's not mince words.
Let me make one example.
Go ahead, bro.
I'm driving. I see this fucking heathen, right? You know, and he all stretched out with his selfie stick, like. I wanted to hop the curb. You know how sickening it gets to ride by a group of bitches or whatever, and they all got their cell phones trying to join in the picture. Like, what the fuck is it here that's to be so happy for, man?
Man, that's why the book of Ecclesiastes said, man, that's why the book of Ecclesiastes, that scripture that I brought up, man, it's so true, man. I hated my life because I saw that all things under the sun are vanity, man. It's vanity because people uplift vanity. It's vanity because we're not in our strength and we're serving a bastard that is so freaking low, especially on a moral level. He's so low that he would literally destroy, if he could, the fruit of the womb. That's a base people, man.
Now, Amatazar, you know what season we in, right? You know, they might do it in Canada as well. When you walk out your house, or you know you out front, and you see the neighbors setting up a big celebration for their kids' prom. That shit is so vain, man. I didn't.
Yes, it is.
Even in school, I didn't want to go to my prom. I wanted to be done with school and be done with the motherfuckers in it. You know.
Exactly. And it's so vain that when you really go much deeper into it, when you go into the history of it tells you how vain it is, man. Like, when I'm talking, that kind of nonsense is just basically nothing more than another commercialized freaking. It's basically another thing that's used basically to milk people out of their money. That's really all it is. It's a gimmick.
I have a precept. You Akims can break this down. This is Psalm 79 and 1. O Yahweh by Shemir Shai, the heathen are come into thine inheritance. Thy holy temple have they defiled. They have laid Jerusalem on heaps. The dead bodies of thy servants have they given to be meat unto the fowls of heaven. The flesh of thy saints unto the beasts of the earth. Their blood have they shed like water round about Jerusalem, and there is none to bury them. We are become a reproach to our neighbors, a scorn and derision to them that are round about us.
A scorn and a derision. And it's crazy that you brought that scripture out, because it goes back to why we should want our own kingdom again. Read that scripture one more time, please.
This is Psalms chapter 79, verse 1. It says, O Yahweh, the heathen are come into thy inheritance.
Stop right there. The heathen have come into thine inheritance. What is that talking about? Rulership.
Con.
Okay? The heathen are in power right now, man. That is our inheritance, to have power over the whole earth. Continue.
Con. Says, thy holy temple have they defiled. They have laid Jerusalem on heaps. The dead bodies of thy servants have they given to be meat unto the fowls of the heaven.
Stop right there. Right there. That's talking. Now, that's pretty much telling you exactly what's going on right there. Read that one from the top again up.
Con, this is Psalm 79 and 1. It says, O Yahweh, by Hashem Yershai, the heathen are come into thy inheritance. Thy holy temple have they defiled.
The holy temple they have defiled. How did they defile that holy temple, man? They bought all kind of idols up in that joint. You see what I'm saying? They brought all kind of philosophies up in that joint. They basically took down our power. You see what I'm saying? And replaced our power with that which is not a power, man. When we went into these captivities, what were we doing? Serving their gods, man. That's how our holy temple became defiled. And everybody talks about, oh, we should all come together. Why would you want to come together with the heathen, man?
Con.
They even made merchandise in the temple, man. Selling merchandise, man.
Exactly.
Oh, man. Religion is a moneymaker. Don't get it twisted. Religion is a huge moneymaker, especially when you're talking about gods made of silver and gold, man.
Can I get another quick precept?
Yeah, bring it, bro.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 10, and I'll start at verse 21. And it says, For thou seest that our sanctuary is laid waste, our altar broken down, our temple destroyed, our psaltery is laid on the ground, our song is put to silence, our rejoicing is at an end, the light of our candlestick is put out, the ark of our covenant is spoiled, our holy...
The ark of our covenant is spoiled, man. Come on, this is not rocket science, okay? The ark of our covenant is spoiled. How is that possible, man? We went into captivity. Continue.
Our holy things are defiled, and the name that is called upon us is almost profaned. Our children are put to shame. Our priests are burnt. Our Levites are gone into captivity. Our virgins are defiled. Our wives are ravished. Our righteous men carried away. Our little ones destroyed. Our young men are...
Wait, our little ones what? Say that again?
Our little ones are destroyed.
How? They're putting these ridiculous school systems, okay? They're basically handed over to the state then. And then what is the state doing to these scared Sharia Slop?
I was adding to what you were saying real quick because you said schools, they pump full of them vaccines.
Con.
Destroying our youths. Mentally and physically. Good, bro.
To say quickly, and some states even made them legal. So you have to. You know?
God.
They can take your kids if you don't, give them them vaccines, man.
Con.
They can consider that a form of child abuse.
Retarded, man.
Hey, that's crazy. They can abuse children and then tell you you're abusing children by not utilizing their way of so-called keeping them healthy.
And the world has survived without vaccines.
And on another note, if you homeschool your kids, they won't accept that. Like when they finish and they graduate, they don't even consider that legitimate in their according to their curriculum.
They don't. That's true.
See?
That's true. You can continue that out.
Yeah, Con. It says, our young men are brought into bondage, which is what? Prison. By the time...
School is bondage.
You can't... Exactly. So
You know,
you're in prison from the minute you're born because you have a birth certificate. You're a slave from the minute you're born into this society.
You're in the chains of dark. You're in your chains of darkness right here.
Khan, these
that,
bodies alone, these bodies, because let's put it on the table right now. An Israelite man is not supposed to be in these bodies. This is a torture for us. Okay, we're celestial beings, man. I'm gonna put it on the table right now, man. Because what did the Most High say? The angels that left their first estate. Okay, this is not our first estate. Our first estate is not this. This is a
no,
punishment unto us, man.
The thing, you want a young Jake man to be in a school for 8 hours a day and want him to be still and use an inside voice, and then when he can't do that, you want to say he has ADHD and you want to pump him full of synthetic heroin to get him to sit still. He not. It's not fixing his behavior. It's actually dumbing him down to a level where all he can do is think about running wild. But he just, like the comedian, I forget who. I think it was
Cat Williams.
said.
Yeah, I figured you was gonna go right for that cool answer. I was like, yep.
He said, "My lord, this little boy, he all over the place.
Yeah.
Ripping and running. He said he pumped him full of that Ritalin. And he said, boy, what you thinking about? Running.
Yeah. Got them all fucked up, man. But this is what it is.
Desire heaven. We don't desire the kingdom of heaven, man. Had to go through all this.
Con. And what's even worse, you want heathens along with us? You're fucking nuts. Yo,
Yeah.
if I catch any Jake trying to bring them on with the kingdom of heaven, I'm booting you off too, man. Cause yo, there's no way they're enjoying their life right now, man. They're enjoying it. You're telling me we can't be separate and enjoy things just for us? We can't do those things?
No, because and then that's the problem with Jake, man. They want to sit down with the kings. They want to eat with the princes of this world. They want the fancy garments. They want the bread. So they'll do anything to be accepted by upper echelon society.
Con. Yo, Shamil, can you hold Luke 6:24 real quick? That's a good point that you even said that. I'm gonna finish this off. It says our young men are brought in bondage, and our strong men are become weak. It says, and what's that weak, man? Homosexuals. You guys became feminines, man. Hey, you have a big bulky guy walking around and this nigga's a homo, man. Wanting to pop niggas and shit. That's a weak men got, man. Now, instead of men fighting for a cause, they go make a sign and walk up and down the street like a damn idiot for 4 hours of the day, man. Saying they're making change. The hell are you changing, bro? That man's still taking money out of your pockets. The only thing you changed was your eating schedule and your work schedule. That's it. Your ass still going back to work tomorrow. So what did you change? Not a damn thing, man. Damn fools. Verse 23. It says, and which is the greatest of all, the seal of Zion have now lost her honor, for she is delivered into the hands of them that hate us.
Get it? So there you go, right there. Delivered into the hand, and that's why we're in the state that we're in. We're delivered into the hands that hate us. The hands that hate us desire to see our strong men weak. The hands that hate us desire to see our young ones destroyed. The hands that hate us desire to see our women out of order. You see what I'm saying? The hands that hate us desire to see us dumbed down and out of touch with our power. This is what the hand that hate us desires for us, man. And you want to be equal with them? Morons.
We only sing to them as a you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Entertainment or a commodity, man. Expendable commodity to them.
Commodity, yep.
You know?
Perfectly said.
Perfectly said.
We only mean something to them in their sports arenas and shit like that, on the stages, being their entertainment, man. You know, they're a little bit of relief in this place. they already on top, so they getting hand over foot. You know, they get the best of everything, and then they get to be entertained in this place.
Con.
And entertainment for us is the go out to these venues and make them even more richer. You know.
Con.
And to fight among ourselves, like damn idiots. I've even had Edomites say, "Man, I don't even have to be fucked up toward black people no more."
Yeah.
They do it themselves,
That's a
man.
problem. Yeah. I mean, it just goes to show it just really goes to show how base a person really can be. You living in a setup where, go ahead, bro.
Nah, I ain't saying that.
Oh, Salak, we're living in a setup where the slaves are so happy being whipped that the slave masters don't need to whip them anymore. They whip themselves.
Con.
God.
And that's the spirit you said it because I was watching Futurama. It was on, right? And they're talking about they were looking for the saints, and it's funny, they're looking for the prophet Saint James. And when they pop up with the coffin, was a robot, and he was Leo da Vinci, Leo DiCaprio da Vinci's servant or whatever. Now this man spilled the beans, kind of the location of his device was, and the first thing did he do? He beat himself. He took a metal bar and started beating his back like, oh, I can't believe I did that. And started beating himself. That's you niggas, man. No one needs to fight you. You beat up yourself and take it out on your brother, man.
Yeah.
Ain't that something?
Like that's how low Jake is, man. Jake will kill his brother for shoes, protest for another nation that killed a brother, man. That is ass backwards.
Pray for France.
Oh my goodness. All over Facebook. Yo, I wanted to seriously destroy my phone at one point, yo.
Yeah.
This is what we're dealing with here, man. Jake says good for that nigga that died. You know what I'm saying? His own brothers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then he'll say, oh, we need to stop the violence for a heathen. It's like, you look at these guys like, nigga, do you even know this guy? Like, yo.
What the fuck you doing in our hood?
Yeah.
Your brother. Here comes Ebenezer and what's the name on their 10-speed to come teach your people Mormon.
Yeah.
They get a free pass, right?
Exactly. No uproars, dog. No uproars, no threats to leave the hood. What are you doing here? Nothing, man.
Nothing.
What's even worse? They'll greet him.
And they be bold, man. They be in the grimiest hood.
Yeah, exactly. But that's how you know they know.
And you see these same roaches throwing on a goddamn song and dance. How's it going, Mr. Master? Like, that's really how they be. Like,
exactly.
they be extra heavy repping Esau when he comes through there, man.
Stop and talk to him, and the next thing you know, they be like, man, that's a cool white boy, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Fuck. They're fucked, man.
And go right from saying that's a cool white boy to, what the fuck is this in our hood?
Exactly. And it's crazy. It's crazy, right? It could just be a Jake. It could just be a Jake that don't even look like a gangbanger, and there's beef. The Jake could be wearing a suit and a tie, man. You walk on the strip and it's automatic like, yo, who's this nigga? Who's this nigga? It's even worse when you actually step on there looking professional, cause then in their head is like, yo, this nigga think he's better than me. That's the mentality of a nigga, man.
Who you trying to knowledge?
Exactly. You know?
Well,
but
Chris Rock said it best, actually.
Yeah, go ahead.
He said notice when you he said notice when niggas you get more respect you get more respect from niggas when you go to jail than when you come out of school.
Yeah, yeah.
That nigga graduated college. Man, fuck that nigga. He's better than no, Tony just came home. Oh shit, he home.
yeah. And
Bloody Rah just came home.
But
that's something.
And the thing is, though, it's glorified, man. Free my nigga. Free my the nigga doesn't need to know that nigga. Free my nigga, yo.
The nigga will come home, right? And the whole hood will go get t-shirts and shit made
That's
up.
what I'm saying. Don't even know him. Free my nigga. Yo, free my nigga. Do you even know him? Nah, bro, but I heard he rep the block, man. Free my nigga, yo. Fucking niggas, man. Niggas for
Yo,
me,
somebody
man.
get the book of Acts, the 17th chapter, and hold it. And
I
you
got
go ahead and bring
which one? Luke 6 and what?
24, because Amatas brought it a good point where they want to be like the so-called white man, and coon out, man. You want to have what Master has, man.
exactly.
24.
On.
But woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation.
Right. So all you jakes that want to be like the so-called white man and bend over and do drugs and do sex trafficking and scam, because it's the only way you're gonna get rich in this world. You gotta scam, you gotta bend over, you gotta do something wicked. The Most High said what? Read that again, Baba Kushar.
Woe, Luke 6 and 24. But woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation.
Right. Woe unto you that are rich, for you have received your consolation. You know why? Because to get riches in the world, you can't get it cleanly. It's impossible.
No.
You gotta boot somebody out into the backyard to get your riches in this setup, man, in this society. All right, it's not gonna be like the kingdom of heaven where the Most High is just gonna give you everything and get all the nations to bring you all the gold, man. This setup, you gotta thief it, you gotta steal it, you gotta con it.
In this society, they believe that when you become rich or get certain privileges in this country, that those are blessings.
Yeah, con.
Let me bring this out real quick. This Matthew 5 and 3. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
Con. For theirs is the kingdom of heaven, man. Which goes back to that Revelations 2 and 9. You know what I'm saying? Because we might be poor physically, but it's okay. That's what Jake doesn't understand. It's okay. We can be poor. You know why? Because we have the richest thing in the world. Our father and our older brother. We don't need anything. He created the mind to make gold. He created gold. He created wealth. So what? Go ahead,
We be all right.
Yeah, we gonna be all right. Exactly.
Like you know, our power is the creator that created gold and precious metals and jewels, man.
So why do we need to have it right now? Why? That's what Jake doesn't understand. Go ahead, Montezor.
I was gonna say, and furthermore, we were put in this position by prophecy. Okay. Blessed are them that are poor in spirit. What does the scripture say about acceptable men? They're to be what? Tried in the fire of adversity.
Exactly.
See that?
And what did the Most High say? That this is Israel's lot. This is our portion. We have to go through this, man. That for you to. Okay, when you try to do something on the professional level, do you just wake up one day and you're in the Olympics or the NBA or NFL? No. What happens? You got to get tried you have to get tried in that area, man. You got to go through the qualifications. You got to go through the training. You got to go through even the music industry. You know, even though all of it is wicked at the top, but I'm just saying, you can't just wake up and say you're there. You got to go through the hardships, man.
That's right.
Okay? Yeah. This is the same thing. Israel is going to receive the glory and receive the fame through Yahweh Shemshai for his own namesake. Not for us, for his own namesake. But guess what? Most High is not going to just give it to us and we don't know how to take care of it. That's irresponsible, man.
Yes, it is.
You know what I'm saying? So you're going to have to get it the hard way, man. Okay? Rulership. Go ahead, Salak.
One of the things that getting it the hard way teaches you is the love for one another that you're supposed to have in getting things the hard way, man. Being as though we all striving for the same mastery, one of the core things we have to understand is unity, man. But there's a reason, and that's the reason I wanted y'all to grab Acts chapter 17 and start up at 1. The point really and truly is down at the 5th verse, really and truly. So if somebody can get it,
Yeah, I have
Acts
it.
17, Acts 17, 1 through 5. Because this is your average nigga today. Go ahead and bring that.
Con, this is Acts chapter 17, verse 1. It says, Now when they had passed through Aphilophos, and Apollonia, they came to Thessalonica, where was a synagogue of the Jews. And Paul, as his manner was, went in unto them, and 3 Sabbath days reasoned with them out of the Scripture.
So what we're doing right now is we're reasoning out of the Scriptures. We're pushing this word then. That's what he was doing. He was teaching. Go ahead, Op.
Con, verse 3. Opening and allegating that Hamashiach must needs have suffered and risen again from the dead, and that this Yahushai, whom I preach unto you, is Hamashiach. And some of verse 4, and some of them believed and consorted with Paul and Silas, and of the devout Greeks a great multitude, and of the chief women not a few. Now, and if I can say something quickly on that, right?
Yeah. Please.
That's exactly what's happening even now. That's comes to show you there's nothing new underneath the sun. Because we were going to highways and byways, made these videos. We're making people believe in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach all over again. You know. I just wanted to make that point quick. Verse 5 says, But the Jews which believed not, moved with envy, took unto them certain lewd fellows of the baser sort, and gathered a company, and set all the city on an uproar, and assaulted the house of Jason, and sought to bring them out to the people.
Now, what does the scripture say? The scripture says that they hate them that preaches at the gate. You see what I'm saying? That's your average nigga right there. What the brother just read in 5. Them which believe not. You see what they did right there? That's called scoffing. You see what I'm saying? And not only did they scoff, they gathered other niggas, base niggas, to scoff along with them.
What they say on Chappelle's show? They had the haters ball. Haters, man.
They get straight. I have a precept, because I wanna go into more why we need the kingdom of heaven, man, and how we deserve it, man, and how we're gonna rule, so you understand that this place is not for you, Jakes, man. You know, and if Octams can even find precepts on the kingdom of heaven, man, because this setup is not for Jake, man. It doesn't matter how hard you work. It doesn't matter how you feel that you can make it in dreams, man. This is a nightmare for you, and Yahweh Shai will make sure you don't flourish nowhere if you're not supposed to, man. You can't escape curses, man, because you feel like it. This is Isaiah 65, and I'll start at verse I'll start at verse 21. It says, And they shall build houses and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them. And this is talking about the ushering of the kingdom of heaven, okay? And it says, They shall not build and another inhabit. So when we build something, okay, Esau's not gonna drop bombs on it like he did Wall Street, okay? When Jakes were building up in those times, and that's proof showing you that this isn't your setup. We had universities. We had all these things before Martin Luther King came in and took it away from y'all, man. He was the setup to take your shit away from.
What you was talking about before I forget to add too. That whole plane flying into the Black Wall Street to Oklahoma. Yeah, that's what you was talking about.
Look what they did to Move in Philly, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah, because
they use bombs. You know, they used I forget what kind of bomb it was, but they blew up a whole block just to get some people that was, they was off the grid, so to say, in the hood in Philly, man, because they wanted to live a certain way. They wanted to live differently from the society, right? So get to them, they use a bomb in the fucking city, man, and burnt down damn near a whole neighborhood out of pure hatred, man.
Hatred.
See. So how can you build it? It doesn't matter if you're a Jake, you will not be independent, man. And you know what? That was the Most High who sent them over there, man. You know why? Because you try to be independent without the Most High. And the Most High ain't gonna allow you to be independent without him. You know why? Because he's your power. Alright? He said he looks unto Israel as a what? A woman, right? And in our law is being having a woman. What are you supposed to do with your woman? You take care of her, man. You clothe her. You feed her. So guess what? The Most High is responsible, man. Even for your children. You clothe them and you feed them. So the Most High is our Father forever. So guess what He's going to do? He's going to clothe you and you're going to feed him. And you're not going to run to nobody else for no damn, purpose, man. Go ahead, Shamia.
That also makes your woman dependent on you. It's like we supposed to be dependent on Yahweh Shah.
Khan.
Exactly.
Which goes back to what? Whatever he says, we follow, man. Okay? That's the way it goes, man. So if you're gonna try and say I'm gonna do things without him and you're gonna build this and Most High himself would be like, yo, Esau, come take them out, man. Because they want to do their own thing without me and not follow my laws. Destroy that. You think Esau just did it randomly, even out of hate? The Most High gives them the leverage to do that, man. Because you're not following what you... Go ahead, Ar.
Black Wall Street, so to speak. Nah, this ain't no time to be prosperous. Go wipe that shit out, man.
Exactly. Okay? At the end of the day, the Most High controls everything, man. Alright? Until you guys understand that there's only one person that's gonna redeem you, which is Yahweh Shai, you can try and build all you want. The Most High will make sure Esau throws it down, man. You don't understand.
Right. Didn't I already make that statement? I said, even if me myself, right, was not in this truth, right? Well, let's not say in the truth. Say I'm not one of the elect, right? I never want to be in a position where I'll have to fight for what I want, as far as the life that I really want, because I'm going to lose that fight. You see what I'm saying?
The life you really want shouldn't be nowhere related to this place, man. The life you should really is the kingdom of heaven, man.
There you.
And it's crazy because that's what Yahweh Shemashai is trying to show Israel on an everyday basis. The kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven. But Israel goes, the kingdom of Satan. The kingdom of Satan. That's 2/3 of Israel. Kingdom of Satan. But Yahweh's like, but I have the kingdom of heaven for you. No, we don't want that, man, because it's not here right now. Going back to Jeremiah with those women, the goddess worship, when he's telling them to come back to the Most High, he's like, nah, every time we follow these gods, we get dainties and we get benefits, pretty much all these things, man. And they said when they follow Yahweh, all they get is what? Grief. But that's because you have to do it.
Exactly.
This generation, 2/3 is on now. I want it now. If I can't have it now, I don't want it. I don't care. It has to be now. So the Most High will soon give you a nuke for now. Okay? Since you want things now, He's preparing you for a nuke now. Okay?
You want everything without giving up, without sacrificing nothing, man.
Exactly.
They're not willing to sacrifice their own life here to gain a better life in heaven, man.
Hey, but that proves that they're not leaders. That proves that they're not fit to be of any type of real power. You know what I'm saying? They're not fit to sit in no type of seat of leadership because they're not willing to sacrifice, man.
Exactly.
Right. And not only that, sacrifice their own life, because a kingdom of rulership is given by, hey, can we have it back? No, it's taken with bloodshed, man. You got willing to sacrifice and lose some lives to gain eternal life, man.
Not the scriptures say that the elect shall scarcely be saved. Why do you think that is? Because according to this word, you're going to have men of the elect that got to act as martyrs for this truth. They got to be put to death for this word, man.
Exactly.
Make their bodies a living sacrifice.
Con.
There you go.
Con. Let me finish this up. Verse 22, it says, they shall not build and another inhabit. They shall not plant and another eat. For as the days of a tree are the days of my people, and my elect shall long enjoy the work of their hands. It says, they shall not labor in vain, nor bring forth for trouble. It says, for they are the seed of the blessed of Yahweh by Shem Yerushai, and their offspring with them. Okay, and it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer, and while they are yet speaking, I will hear, man. And that's what you have right now in this conversation. Okay, we are not laboring vain. When we tell you that this place is going to be destroyed and there's nothing here for you, we mean that. Because why? We didn't say it. It didn't come out of our own heads. This is the words of Yahweh Shem Shai. He said it. And everything he said has come to pass. Everything he says will come to pass. Whether you like it or not, believe it or not, we're not here to convince you. We're here just to tell you and say, look, if you don't get this, man, you're just going to have to come back in the kingdom of heaven as a baby, man. We're trying not to come back in the kingdom of heaven as a baby. We want to see it be built up. We want to be the first one to whip these niggas' backs, man, and kick their ass.
The scriptures say, to live to see the fall of your enemies.
Con.
Who wants to do that, you know?
Exactly.
Con, hell, I want to link that right there with a scripture. This is Zephaniah chapter 3 and 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger.
Con.
For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. We are the object of the Lord's jealousy, man. How much greater do you want this to be? Like, how can we explain this any further? The Lord said, any that touches the nation of Israel touches the apple of the Lord's eye, man.
Hold up, but they say the Lord is all love, right?
Sure.
How can you being a being less complicated than the Most High have many emotions, but the Most High being all powerful can only have one emotion? These damn fools, man.
Idiots, man.
I have a precept.
Yeah, Con, we can close on that one.
Con, this is Isaiah chapter 61. And I'll start at verse 3. And it says, no, I'll start at verse 2. No, I'll start at verse 1. The Spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai power is upon me, because Yahweh Shem Shai have anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound, to proclaim the acceptable year of Yahweh B'Shem Shai, and the day of vengeance of our power, to comfort all that mourn. So the Most High is not with the people who say, I got blessed today because I got a brand new car, or I'm blessed today because I made $1,000 or $10,000 in a week. Okay, he's not with that.
Right.
Okay, he's with the people mourning. All right.
Right.
It says, verse 3, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness. And see, that's characteristic of what the elects are going to be like. They're going to be in heaviness and in mourning of this place. Okay? It says, that they might be called trees of righteousness, the planting of Yahweh Shem Shai, that he might be glorified. And they shall build the old wastes. They shall rise up the former desolations. They shall repair the waste cities, the desolations of many generations, and that's the heathens. Okay, it says, and
They're
strangers.
not going. No, just so you know, America's not going to have a rebuilding stage.
Yeah, con.
America's gonna stay a smoldering desert.
You know, motherfuckers going to miss Egypt. They're going to miss America. No, it's not going to be no rebuilding of America.
Nah,
Con.
I don't know.
Yeah, that had to be up just in case people thought they're gonna rebuild the places that are gonna be desolate. Now you're gonna be building up our kingdom, okay?
That's right.
Verse 5, it says, and a stranger shall stand and feed your flocks, and the sons of the alien shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers. All right, so that shows you that God. So that shows you in the kingdom of heaven, man. Somebody's gonna be doing the work, and it ain't gonna be us. You know what I'm saying? Verse 6 is, but ye shall be named the priests of Yahweh Shemir Shai. Men shall call you the ministers of our power. Ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles. But all Gentiles can be saved, though. It says, and in their glory shall ye boast yourselves. It says, for your shame ye shall have double, and for your confusion they shall rejoice in their portion. Therefore, in their land they shall possess the double. Everlasting joy shall be unto them.
So basically, that just said that even the lowest of the Israelites in the kingdom will have slaves too, right?
Con.
Slaves, man. Okay, if Yahweh Shai is our big brother, right? He's the king, man, and we the princes of the power. You don't think a prince are going to have slaves as well? Who don't want slaves, man?
Yo,
a kingdom doesn't have slaves.
And you know what's so crazy, Ak? Everybody wants slaves because these guys are a liar. When you're famous, do you not have a form of slaves? You think these guys are... Who opens their doors? Who gives them coffee or tea or what? Slaves.
We used to joke as kids, like, if I win this basketball game, or, you know, we used to play Tecmo Bowl and Madden or whatever, we used to bet my cousins, whatever, hey, if I win, you got to be my slave tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or you going to be my slave for a week.
You can't. You know? So that shows you, man, even in this current world, why do you think people want to be famous? Because they want other people to do the work. That's still slavery. You want people to fetch you water. You want people to hold your doors for you. You want people to get you clothing and sort out your clothing and sort out your business, man. That's a form of what? Slavery.
No, but niggas want to stay here so they can get a job at Liberty Tax and go put on that stupid Statue of Liberty costume and dance in front of the establishment.
God, they enjoy bondage, which is base.
A fucking jester.
That's what exactly. See, the scriptures talk about us seeking out men for continual employment, man. Mm-hmm. Why would you not want that?
Hold on, say that again.
Continual
employment. What does it mean to be an employee? It means to be a slave, man.
Continually, though.
Continually. Right. That's forever. You'll never run out of work, son. Yo,
never.
You won't run. Yo, you're gonna have so much work. You'll be working 24 hours a day, and the only day you're gonna have a rest day is Sabbath. And like the Akim said, man, we'll be sending bugs and stuff to F you up on the Sabbath too.
Right.
You know
for the heathens, they're gonna have continued employment, right? So that means they're gonna have generations upon generations upon generations slavery.
God. All in righteousness and a must do, man.
God.
All right. There's a reason why our kingdom is set up last, so all of you can serve your slavery at once, okay, and give us a full rule, man.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
So and that shows you that the Most High is still merciful to you heathens, because you guys should have been destroyed right on the spot, but He let you build you up. He build you up. Let you do your thing, so when we come in, it's like, all right, unleash your hell on them now. Like, You can't say the Most is not merciful to you guys. He even let you rule.
He let you, yeah, exactly.
So you
God,
can't.
He's like, hey, how? No, I was gonna say, how do you think you, as a people, you were able to grow so big in the economy
Yeah.
and in merchandising and all these things? You had slaves.
Thank you.
See how that works?
So we're gonna put the heathens, the other nations, in slavery.
Yep.
Esau is then going to be in slavery and going to be under the other nations,
God.
and then eventually exterminated
From off this planet.
Yep.
to be put into the, I think the scriptures say they're going to be exterminated. They're going to come back through the other nations, right?
Con. Exactly.
That's right.
They go right back into slavery even again.
Exactly. Because that was your true nature, man. You know? And I'm telling you, from now, when that day comes, I'm going to have wine specifically for all you Akims. I'm going to have Pacific concubines. Because that's going to be a day where it's going to be like, you know what? Pop a bottle. Do what you got to do. No more, man. We don't have to see none of these damn Edomites again, man.
God.
And I have them prepared, ready, juicy. I'm going to have them line up for you guys. Be like, yo, pick what you want, man. I'm going to be happy in that day.
We're going to wake up having nightmares like, oh shit, I thought I heard an alarm clock.
Yeah. Con.
God.
You know?
Or we'll be like, remember those things we used to have? Remember clocks?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because we're able.
In the king.
Go ahead,
It's a lot. I was gonna say, being in a kingdom that's legitimately ours, man. There's gonna be no feeling like it.
None, man. None, man.
You know, everything's for us, and then also everything's in its full strength. The
It's
earth
full
is bearing its full
strength.
fruit,
Oh,
and
man.
everything yields to us in its full strength. And like the Akim was saying, the women, you don't even want to think about the kind of women we're gonna have.
And it's so crazy because it's like everything's at its lowest state and the women look good. So imagine when we're at our highest estate, what our women are gonna look like. Yo, and to make weird, these heathens gonna hear about it, but they'll never see our women. They'll hear about it, but they'll never get to look at our women. Not one time, man. Not one time. There won't be no TVs, no trying to take pictures, none of that shit, man. That shit won't be there because that's wickedness, man. That won't be there, man. You know, and with that, we can end it. You know, that was a Yapar lesson, man. So with that, Kala Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai. Double honors to the well-deserved apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well and taught us his truth and that labor well. And salutations to you, Akim, on the four corners of the earth. Once again, put his truth and sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom. Abachayim Shal Yashar Allah. Shalom, Israel.
Shalom. Kwame Yasharallah, Death to America.
Kwame Yashar Allah. Shalom.
Shalom, Akim.